What's going on? Excuse me there. Brian Hardy here, checking in on another, what do we call this? We call this a stream of consciousness. We call this a message to ideally support, uplift, expand, and vitalize your life, vitalize your mind, your body. And I had a thing related to the topic here, which is becoming diamonds and the pressure of sickness. The pressure of sickness and becoming a diamond. You cannot create a diamond without insane levels of pressure, right? You squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and you get this beautiful, strong, brilliant thing as a result of that pressure. So it is with human beings. So it is with all life. I think about this guy right here, a big, beautiful buck. Big, beautiful buck. And this applies to any animal, any wild creature. Excuse me. Particularly a prey animal, right? One who has to look out for things like wolves and coyotes and hunters and other kinds of creatures, animals, beings that would otherwise want to kill and eat this guy, right? And so that pressure forces him, if he is to survive, to become smart, to become wise, to become intelligent, to become elusive, to become fast, to become strong, to become all these qualities that enable him to live. And his children and his mates and his whole deer clan, right? They need to become, in a sense, the diamond of the deer in order to successfully live and reproduce. Such it is with humans, right? We must become diamonds. We must submit and surrender to the pressure of our lives, the pressure of the circumstances, challenges, crises, situations that come to us in order to compress us. And in the process of that compression, it squeezes off the excess or squeezes out the junk, the garbage, the trash, the things that are not actually true, things that are not actually supportive of who we want to be and how we are to make it through this time of challenge. And I want to talk about this today because I see it. It's going around the world. It's going around particularly around Canada, Ontario, Toronto, the place that I am situated, in my friends who are now facing the prospect, right? The potential of not being able to work, not being able to travel, not being able to do certain things because they have not submitted to the pressure of the experimental injections that are going on. And that is within their God-given right to do so, to not submit to something which is clearly not effective and not necessary for human health. We're not going to debate that fact here. That's just a fact. I don't care where you stand on it. I don't care what you believe or what the mainstream media told you. That's what it is. You're not going to change my mind, and I'm not going to change yours. And we're gonna agree to disagree on that one. But what we are not going to agree to disagree on is the fact that people are actually really under the pressure right now. And in a sense, it's the beautiful gift. It's an opportunity to become even more of the diamond, to become even more of your true self, your strengthened self, your hardened self, your resilient, beautiful, vibrant, shimmering self, because you withstand that pressure, right? Not because you collapse underneath that pressure or you disintegrate underneath that pressure or you lose your sense of self and your sense of who you are and why you're here underneath that pressure. Then you just have a pile of stones or a pile of sand, a pile of dust. But no, when you have a diamond, it has withstood that pressure and lived to transform and become something greater, arguably, because of it. And this is happening on every level, right? I even had a guy who was speaking with me earlier this week who he's feeling the pressure to make changes in his health. That's why I was talking to him, and that's why we're going to be working together. But what happened in his case was that his lungs, which he has been smoking, and he has been both, tobacco, cigarettes, and cannabis. He's been doing that for a while as a means of coping with the stress of what's going on, as a, coping mechanism. And he's at the point now where he's had a chest infection for about 3 weeks. And although it's not getting worse, it's also not going away. So he's in this like stabilized kind of balance point, and that's why he wanted to reach out and speak to myself and see, how do we move him forward? How do we move him through this? And the physical manifestation of what's going on is this pressure, right? This pressure in his lungs, on his lungs. And that does not feel good, right? That is not a way to be. That is not a way to live. And yet all of us, in some way or another, can probably find a place where this pressure is getting to us, where we're feeling it. It might be with your relationships. It might be with the people around you who don't agree with you or who aren't supportive of the choices that you want to make. It might be, let me quiet this. It might also be a physical pressure, right? Maybe you're overweight and your joints are not happy, your back or your knees or your feet or your hands or anything really in your body that's under that pressure, the pressure of sickness, we can call it. It's hard to ignore, right? I would say we're getting to the point now where it is impossible to ignore. And again, what a gift, right? What a gift to not be willing or able to ignore the things which are actually killing you. What a gift to be aware of that and to not be able to use our old mechanisms of coping and sedating and numbing to hide from that fact, right? What a gift to be fully connected to and present with the situation we currently find ourselves in. If that's terrible, if that's great, it doesn't matter, but to not be lying to ourselves, right? To face the truth. To face the truth is one of the most freeing and liberating and empowering things we can ever do. Because only from this place of truth can we then make a clear decision, and can we then be in a place of peace with those decisions, right? Otherwise, our entire lives are delusions, lies, confusion, distraction, numbing, escapism, running away, chasing money, chasing women, chasing drugs, chasing the next high, whatever that thing is. When we're not able to be really honest with ourselves, we will continue to be run by those programs, those unconscious patterns, and continue to create the same results. And we are now in a season, my friend, and you can see it in your own life if you look for it. I'm sure you can see it, where we will not and cannot continue to exist in these unconscious patterns. It is just not possible. It is not possible. God is moving in a way, consciousness is evolving in a way where all this stuff is going to come into the light, right? This is the Aquarian age after all. This is the age of knowledge, right? And with that comes truth that has been repressed, suppressed, and distracted from. That truth will be set free. That truth will set us free. That truth will liberate ourselves from this pressure of sickness, right? This is true in my own case as well. Until I had a near-death crisis moment with my health, I did not care about health. I did not care about food or organic food or supplementation or the history of pharmaceutical medicine. I didn't care about any of that stuff because until that point in my life, I didn't think it affected me. I wasn't even aware of it, right? But then, boom, in a moment, I lose my health. Here I am, 18 years old, supposed to be healthy and vital and young, and I'm almost dead, feeling like an old man for the next few years of my life. And suddenly those things became utterly essential and vitally important. And that drove me for the past over 10 years now to examine the history of health, nutrition. How did we get here in this place where people think it is normal to be diseased and degenerating, and where people think it is insane or unscientific to have faith in your own immune system and have faith in the numerous natural and even pharmaceutical integrative approaches that we have to maintaining immunity and also dealing with other things like heart disease, chronic fatigue, cancers, you name it. There is an integrative approach that can support it largely, virtually in every case, far over and above the effectiveness of a strict chemical medicine approach, right? Or a strict surgical approach. And this is all the more evident today with the big C word and the jabs going around and all this pressure that's mounting. And if you're like me and you're on the side of natural immunity, you may and likely have faced the pressure against you and your choices for putting your faith in natural immunity. Putting your faith into things that are actually pro-life and that are pro-vitality, that are pro-healing, that are pro-personal responsibility, right? Because I don't care who you are, what you do to your immune system does not affect mine, right? It does not affect mine. I am my own individual. I feed myself. I take care of myself. I determine what goes in my body, what goes on my body, and that is what creates the dynamic resilience and the resourcefulness and adaptability of my immune system, right? So if you're feeling the pressure, know that you're not alone. If you're feeling the pressure, know that it is a natural part of this process that we're going through. And also know that there are solutions. There are places you can go. There are people you can speak to, such as myself, who understand this, who are championing for the natural, for the resilient, for the vitality that is your birthright as a man on this planet, as a child of God. That is within your destiny to know and experience this deep level of connection, of enduring energy and vitality, of strength, of clarity, and harmony within your own body, mind, and soul. So, as I say that, if you want to dive deeper into these topics, if you are a man who wants to find support or clarity around how do I navigate this, how do I relieve myself of these pressures, of these illnesses, of this sickness, of this unwellness, how do I get more energy into my body and my mind? Well, my friend, you are in the right place, because that is exactly what we do. That is what has basically driven the last 10 plus years of my life, is the answer to those questions. And like I said, there are solutions, there are examples of how we can turn this around, and there are many, many, many things that we can do and not do that will move us into this direction of becoming your version of that diamond, right? Becoming your resilient, beautiful, crystalline, shining, strengthened self, right? And have that to ripple out into all areas of your life, into how you think, how you feel, how you show up for the people that you care about the most, and for the projects and the work that you are here to do. That is all dependent on your body and your mind functioning and having the strength and the energy to get through each day. So you can send me a direct message if you want to chat more, or comment below. I'll be more than happy to be in touch. Heck, you can even send me an email, Bryan, Bryan, at revitalizedman.life. That URL is also found in my social media bio. And I think that's about it. Become the diamond, my friend. Now is your opportunity. This time is a gift, truly. And I know it won't always feel like that. And I know it won't always appear like that. But truly, God is on your side. I am on your side. And there's a whole network of brothers that are on your side to become that revitalized self. So be in touch. Let's make this happen. Let's seize the day. Let's not wait for life to force us to move, but let's do it on our own accord, and let's become that diamond in our own lives. I really enjoy you. I really care that you care to watch this. And I enjoy connecting with you, but I probably enjoy you too. Even if we haven't met yet, I probably would enjoy you. But really, this is an opportunity to connect, to share, that I don't take for granted, and that fills my heart and fuels my fire every time I get to connect with another brother on the path who is resonating with this message and who wants better for themselves and those around them, and who knows that it starts with your own body and mind and soul. So, that said, enjoy the rest of this weekend. Happy Thanksgiving weekend if you are in Canada and going to have a delicious turkey meal of some sort. I know I am going to be having a delicious meal on Monday with my family, and wish the same for you. Yeah, that's all I got to say. If you have any questions, if you want to be in touch, you know where to find me, direct message, and I would more than appreciate having that conversation and being able to hear where you're at and how I might assist in providing some information or some support along the way. You never know. Okay, my friends, be well, be strong, shine on, and much love.